Hello, everyone. This will be my last video. I know, this will be my last video. It's tough, but yep, this will be my last video for the night. Either way, so I want to talk about this new rule that was implemented apparently yesterday, and I didn't go over it earlier when I made my video earlier this afternoon about Jerry Jones, but I want to talk about this new rule of the hip drop tackle being banned from the NFL now. And the fact of the matter is that in my opinion, I like this rule. I like this rule change because if you know anything about the game and the hip drop tackle, the hip drop tackle is basically where you go at the ball carrier's near hip, you wrap around and you pull your body, you drop all your weight on them as you pull them down from the side to bring them down, basically. And the problem with this tackle is that it has caused a lot of injuries. And I mean a lot of injuries. I'm sure obviously my YouTube name is Mr. Cowboys fan. Obviously, to all my Cowboys fans out there, you are obviously very familiar with Dak Prescott's injury that happened back in 2020 that ended his season. And of course, you are also aware of the Tony Pollard injury during the playoffs that ended his season. And they were both pretty significant, especially for Tony Pollard. I do believe that Tony Pollard was slowed down a little bit this past season due to trying to recover back from his injury that he suffered in the playoffs in 2022. And everybody knows, the NFL knows, that when it comes to the NFL, your best ability is your availability. And when guys are getting hurt because of tackles like this, like, at the end of the day, people need to understand the techniques of tackling, which is stay square, attack the near hip, wrap up, and bring them down. But you got guys that are nowadays trying to, by any means necessary, as far as trying to bring them down. We're talking like just going after the legs and and then just dropping their weight down, which causes lower body injuries like this. One in particular that I also would like to quickly mention is when Patrick Mahomes got injured. It was also due to when he had the high ankle sprain during the 2022 playoffs. It was also due to the hip drop tackle. So the hip drop tackle, it's not only injuring players, it's injuring key players, star players, and it's taking away from the impact and, of course, excitement from the game when the star players, the best players, are not out there on the field. So, for me personally, I don't know about you guys. You guys might say that they're just trying to make it even more a more sissy league than it was before. But for me personally, just due to past experience as a Cowboys fan, seeing what it has done to guys like Tony Pollard, Dak Prescott. And I will say, despite me being a Cowboys fan, I am also a Patrick Mahomes fan. I am a fan of his. So, when he had that injury, it was like, dang. But either way, so yeah, just off of, previous experience, what it has done to fellow Cowboy players, I can reflect on this and understand that this rule just needs to be instilled. It just has to. It needs to be instilled because it's dangerous. I'm sorry. It's too dangerous. Guys are getting hurt at a larger facet and larger rate because of this type of tackle. And that's just what it is. So to close out, um for me, I definitely like this NFL rule change. There's not a lot of rule changes that the NFL makes to make the league more soft, you know, like that has anything to do with tackling or contact. There's not a whole lot that I can normally say that I'm pretty, happy with. But this one in particular, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, the slap in the head stuff, or getting a quarterback getting hit low, hit low in the below the waist part, I think is pretty sorry. But this rule change, for me personally, I like it because like, I do believe this tackle, people are starting to use it now more, and it's injuring guys out there. So yeah, for me personally, I like what the NFL is doing with this rule change because I feel like it was something that we should have all seen coming, that it was going to get taken out, because over the past 5 or so years, we've been seeing it happen at a rapid pace. So, to all my audience, this is Mr. Cowboys fan out.